Welcome, my friends, to our monthly meditation call, our free call that Mantara does every month, or attempt to do every month. It is, for me, it's the 1st of October. For a lot of the more western part of the world, it is still the 30th of September 2018. We are intending to talk about good enough. I am good enough, self-worth issues. We're not going to do too much talking. Well, the talking will happen in a meditative type experience. That's our intention. Anyway, that's our intention. So, my friends, good enough. I have come to realize that this is, a particularly sticky topic for myself. I've come to realize that at the root of most of my issues that I'm still dealing with, and I guess Matt is still dealing with plenty of his own issues, is this idea that deep down I don't feel that I'm good enough in some way, which is interesting, right? Because I have achieved quite a bit in my life, particularly over the last 3 years, stepping forward as a facilitator and getting out there and doing a lot of what makes me feel very joyful and purposeful, and I, get to experience the satisfaction of achieving great results for some of my clients and seeing their lives improve and all the rest of it. And yet in my own life, deep down, I can still feel this niggling energy of not good enough. So it's quite persistent. And so with that, I've also noticed in many clients that underlying most of the issue, whether they're working with their prosperity stuff, whether they're working with stepping forward into their gifts, which I do a lot of, whether they're working with, improving relationships, attracting relationships, or improving their health, that this underlying vibration of not good enough or a deep sense of shame, some wrongness about themselves, a lot of us hold ourselves very accountable to the fact that we haven't fixed ourselves yet, right? That my prosperity is still not where it, quote unquote, should be, or my health is not where it, quote unquote, should be, or my relationships are not as good, spiritual, evolved, whatever as it should be, or I do not hold myself. I'm not kind enough yet. I still am not calm enough yet. I still am not balanced enough yet, right? I still lose my temper. I still get angry. All of those sorts of things. Many of us who are attracted to the work that I do, many of us who are more mature souls, many of us who are light workers or beings who have stood up and tried to hold the light strong in, over the last few thousand years when this earth has been very dark, don't feel good enough about ourselves. We don't feel that we are doing a good enough job at advocating for the light. Many of us feel that we failed over the last few thousand years when this earth has been a very dark place. Let's face it, it's hard to feel good about yourself when you're on the losing team, which is what, light workers have been for quite some time. Not that it was our fault, it's just the natural cycles like the tide, right, like the moon phases, the natural cycles of the cosmos has had Earth in a dark phase for the last, particularly dark phase for the last 3, 4, 5,000 years. And those of us who have maintained our allegiance and our alignment with the light have been on a losing side. And so we've suffered quite a bit of persecution and, all of that sort of stuff. I won't list the atrocities that many of us have experienced, but it hasn't been an easy time for us to incarnate onto the planet. And yet many of us have chosen to do it repetitively. And so understand that, right? And be willing to honor yourself for having done that. Be willing to honor yourself for having done that. And have some compassion for the idea or the fact that you are carrying, most of us are carrying these lowered senses of self-worth due to the fact that we've been on a losing team. And so that has influenced us, and we are of the ilk anyway to be responsible for our own experiences. And many of us have taken that responsibility, which is a good thing, right? It's great that we're responsible. It's a very empowered thing to be responsible for your manifestations and your destiny in the current situation you're in. It is our responsibility. It is a reflection of our past, what experiences we're having in the world. It's not just bad luck, but it doesn't need to be a burden, right? It's not that we've done it wrong and now we're being punished for doing it wrong. a lot of what happened to us in the past was, while it was still our responsibility that it happened, it wasn't our quote-unquote fault that it happened. We really couldn't stop it from happening. But now that it's happened, it's our responsibility to get over it, right? That's where our responsibility lies and or begins and ends with what you can do now about it, right? So not feeling that you're the victim of your past, taking responsibility for your past, but not feeling that it was your fault and now you're being punished for something that you didn't get right before, right? So that can be a fine line to find. And so we're here with this meditative experience, and there's only so much I can do in a half-hour call, obviously, but we're going to work more with this throughout the month. If you care to join us, there's some other calls that you can opt in on. But I'll talk a little bit about that at the end, perhaps. But so right now, just understand that not good enough is a big part of that, right? This idea that I'm a failure or I'm somehow wrong or I haven't tried hard enough, right? That's all falling into this same sort of category of I'm not good enough, which we're choosing to hold a space in this little experience. So we're choosing to facilitate. That's what I'm looking for. We're choosing to facilitate an experience for you now with an intention that you can see a little bit more clearly the I am good enough energy that you're carrying and allow yourself to feel empowered to overcome it, to step past it, to feel it, right, not make it wrong, and yet to not allow it to influence how you're choosing to act, choosing not to allow the I am not good enough template to stop you doing things or to make excuses for yourself when you feel the resistance to stepping forward in a bigger way, to taking an action step that feels scary. If you can go into it with a more positive mentality, you're going to have a better chance of having a great outcome as opposed to going into it with a whole heap of I'm not good enough to achieve this energy influencing your outcome. Right. So let's take some breaths. That's probably me and my sort of 10-minute little introduction or rant to give a little bit of background to what we're choosing to work with here. And now we'll move into 20 minutes of more meditative experience. So breathing. Meditation. Well, first of all, making yourself comfortable, right? Allowing yourself to relax into whatever whatever you're feeling. Allow yourself to relax. Relaxing into the support that's available to you, the chair, the bed, whatever you're choosing to support yourself on, whether you're lying down, sitting up, or some other version of support. Allow yourself to physically relax and trust that whatever you're relaxing back into, the floor, the bed, the chair, whatever, is supporting you, and you can trust it, and you can fully surrender to it. Relax now. Relax your physical body. Let go of all the tension, the tightness, the hanging on to, the gripping. Breathe. With each exhalation, allow your physicality to relax. With each exhalation, allow your mentality to relax. Nothing to think about now. You don't need to try hard. You don't need to concentrate. You don't need to hold firm intentions. We're doing that for you. Your job is to relax into the experience and allow it to wash over you and through you. And relax your emotional state. Whatever you're feeling is okay. You don't need to judge any of that. You don't need to correct any of it. Whatever you're feeling is perfectly valid for right now. You are perfect in this very moment. You are completely good enough right now. Whatever your experience is perfect for right now, and we're intending to allow it to change so it becomes more perfect in the next moment. But understanding that much of what you're feeling right now as we move into this experience is what is coming up to release. The energies that you've carried for some time that are discordant to who you are choosing to be. They're not harmonious to the outcome that you are desiring, and therefore they're coming to the surface to be released. So allow that to happen. Allow yourself to feel the discordance, knowing that the discordance is not you, it's not what you're becoming, but it's what you are releasing. It's what you are releasing. So relax. Relax and allow the experience to work for you. Just tuning into the flow of your breath. letting go of any distractions, whether they're coming from the external world or whether they're coming from your mental world. Allow yourself not to fight the distractions, not to judge the distractions, but simply float above them, to just relax past them. The distractions are there, but you're choosing not to be distracted by them. That's an empowered space to be. Relax. Relax. Allowing yourself to perceive the flow of breath through your nostrils. That breath is becoming more gentle. It's becoming more subtle. And yet you can still feel it. The sensations as you inhale, the sensations as you exhale. And allow yourself just to follow that breath. As you inhale, it comes through your nostrils and you feel that sensation. It flows through the back of your throat and you feel that. It flows down into your chest and you feel what you feel in your chest. Perhaps moving a bit deeper into your belly without trying too hard. And you just notice this flow like waves washing in and out of your being. Energy is flowing into your being with each inhalation. Energy is gently being released from your being with each exhalation. A beautiful flow, a beautiful rhythm. With each inhalation, you're bringing in what serves you. With each exhalation, you're releasing what doesn't. Allowing yourself to be conscious of how powerful your breath is. Not just supplying your lungs with oxygen, which of course is a beneficial thing to do, but to really being a life force pulsating through your being. A process of energizing and revitalizing and releasing, relaxing and purifying. Happening in a cycle. Constant transformation. Letting go of what doesn't serve you so that you have room to bring in what does. Constantly your being, your body, your mentality, your energy field is in transformational process. Growing, evolving, depending on where your consciousness, depending on where your attention is leading it. What thoughts you are holding, entertaining. What emotional states you are honoring. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows is going to grow stronger in your life. Trusting that you are always in a process of transformation, whether you like it or not. Nothing is staying constant for a moment. Just allowing your attention now to settle in your heart space, space in the center of your chest, and allowing yourself just to feel, just to perceive your breath flowing in and out through the center of your chest, in and out from your heart space, your sacred heart. Allowing yourself to feel your heart space is expanding out around you with each inhalation as you draw in an energy that amplifies, or excites, enhances and supports your own heart center, your own heart beingness, and that's expanding out around you, full of the vibrations that are inherent to your heart, that are specific to your heart. And with each exhalation, you're just relaxing back into your expansive heart. You're allowing yourself to feel as if you are floating now in your own heart space. encapsulated, if you like, in a bubble of your own love, your own compassion, your own support. Beautiful, loving, accepting, allowing, supportive energies. Love. Beyond your definition, beyond anyone's definition of love. You're floating in it to experience it. Allowing yourself to receive that love. With each exhalation, you just relax back into it. You allow it to infiltrate you. You let go of your guards and your shields, and you know and you trust and you believe that you are good enough, you are worthy to receive your own love. It's already yours. You don't need to prove yourself worthy of it. You don't need to win it. It's yours. You've been carrying it forever. Allow yourself to receive it. Allow it to influence every single cell of your being. Your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your energetic bodies, your spiritual beingness. Allow it to be infiltrated and uplifted, healed, regenerated, revitalized by this beautiful vibration of love. You are good enough. Inherently, you are a spark of the divine. You are an aspect of God's source universe, incarnate here in a human physical being. And while that human being, that personality, carries many wounds from the past, carries many beliefs, many fragments of energy, trauma and whatnot, inherently you are divine. And as such, you are completely good enough. You could not be more good if you tried. And all of the not good enough belief is just a result of experiences you've had in the past. Remnants of past experiences that were harsh and hard. They're just memories. It's only your memories, not so much conscious memories, but energetic memories that are perpetuating this feeling of not being good enough, not being worthy, not being right. The wrongness that you carry is based on punishments that you've received, which were unfairly handed out. It is true that this world has been very unfair. And while that is not a wrongness in itself, it has been a huge learning experience for many of us. And while we're not telling you to let go of the wisdom, while we're not encouraging you to be devoid of the learning that's occurred through all of those experiences, we're encouraging us all now to let go of the emotional residues of not feeling good enough, of feeling that we failed in those experiences, and feeling that we're not smart enough, not strong enough, not pretty enough, not fill in the blank enough to do whatever it is that we feel inclined to do. Whatever your dream is, whatever your purposeful pursuit is, whatever you desire from your heart to achieve, trust that inherently you're good enough to achieve that, whatever it is, no matter how big it is. The only reason you're struggling to achieve those dreams is because you have old energies in your field that resist it, that limit your ability to believe in yourself. And so now in this meditative, expansive space that you have co-created, allow yourself to gently but intently release those energies. You don't need to focus on what you're choosing to release. Focus on what you're choosing to become. You're choosing to become good enough. You're choosing to become worthy. You're choosing to become authentically confident in yourself to achieve your dreams, and trust that anything that resists that now will come to the surface to protest, and during that protest will be removed from your field. Allow this light language, this short experience of light language, to wash through and really open up a space where you can be free of that which does not serve you to carry forward. With love. With love. This is not a fight. This is you lovingly transforming yourself into a version that is more in alignment with your dreams, with your truth, with your authentic divine nature. With love. Just breathing with the energy, allowing the sounds to wash over you and through you. You don't need to concentrate on the sounds. There's nothing to listen to. Allow yourself to float in your space. Allow yourself to float in your heart. Floating in the space, allowing the waves of sound to wash through your field, both allowing yourself to empower into the belief that you are the divine being, that you are stronger than the old beliefs, they're not good enough, the wrongnesses, they're not trying hard enough, they're not able to succeed, and also to help you release that, to release the old, to allow it to be shook free of your energetic field, and carried off. Allow yourself yourself to maintain your attention on what you're choosing to become. The being. In authentic confidence. Empowered freedom. Happiness. Whatever that is for you. And trust. The energies that are resisting your ability to become that are up. They'll come up to protest. And you can release them. Simply by not giving them your attention. For choosing not to believe those energies that are protesting so strongly now. Understand that it's an ongoing process. As much as we would like it to be a quick fix, it's not. The more that you can consciously focus on what you're choosing to embrace and stay detached from the energies that are coming up to protest, the energies that are coming up to say that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you're wrong, all of the feelings of hopeless, useless, worthless. The more that you can stay detached, not in denial, being willing to acknowledge, but not willing to get drawn into, not willing to entertain those vibrations, not willing to let those vibrations influence how you are behaving. Choosing to behave in an empowered way, in a confident way, in a courageous way, despite the fact that you're feeling your fears and your doubts, despite the fact that you're feeling the resistance, the bullshit stories about how not good enough you are. Not making yourself wrong for feeling wrong. Not beating yourself up for feeling beat up. Choosing to embrace, choosing to encourage, choosing to love yourself through the process of releasing these uncomfortable experiences, these uncomfortable sensations, these limited, resistible thoughts. Breathing and relaxing. Trusting that the process will continue. It's been initiated and it will continue. With every breath you take. You're breathing into your dream. You're breathing out and releasing releasing the resistance, releasing the not good enough, releasing the wrongness, releasing the not worthy, releasing not trying hard enough, not able to, not lucky enough, not supposed to, whatever limitation has been implanted in your field, trust that you're in a process of releasing it. You're in a process of becoming free. Free in an empowered way. To really embrace your truth, to embrace your dreams, to embrace your purposeful pursuits here on this planet. Showing up in authenticity, showing up in your divine truth. You are good enough. You're inherently good enough. You don't need to try hard to prove yourself. Relax into a confidence that knows that just as you are good enough. While you will never please everyone, that's not the aim of the game. All you need to do is please yourself in a truthful way, in a deeper way. Not getting caught up in your egoic desires, but really feeling into your heart and pleasing your own heart with what you choose to do in each moment of now, with how you choose to hold yourself, with how you choose to think about yourself, and how you choose to act in this world. Please your heart and trust that as you do so, those beings who are aligned with you will be pleased too. And that's all that matters. That's where your responsibility finishes and starts, with pleasing your own heart, with honoring your own truth. And trust that you are loved and supported every step of the way. You are worthy of so much support, and it is there for you. Trust that you are also worthy and good enough to receive the support, to receive the love, to receive the help from wherever it comes. Choosing to allow yourself to receive that love with appreciation, to receive the help with appreciation and gratitude. Choosing not to feel burdened when others offer to help you. Choosing to know that you are truly good enough and worthy to receive that help. And it is not a burden on you. It's not something you need to pay back. Trust that others wish to give to you so that they can feel the joy of giving, just as you feel the joy of giving. Be willing to receive. Be willing to receive. To balance out your divine nature that wants to give with your ability and willingness to receive as well. Trusting that as you open up to receiving, you're sending a message out to the universe that you are good enough. And that will help you release the not good enough resistance that you carry. You must be willing to receive help. You must be willing to receive love. And I know for myself that that is not an easy adaptation to make when we carry these energies that feel diminished about ourselves. Be willing to take those steps, as uncomfortable as they might be. Trust. Trust. Trust that you are evolving and that you are becoming more free to be your divine self, your empowered self, your authentic self in a purposeful way on this planet. Relax. Trust that it's happening despite the discomfort. Breathe. Consciously breathe in what serves you. Consciously breathe out what doesn't. Choosing not to make that a mental process. Trust. Trust that your intention is enough. So as you slowly but surely bring your attention back to the external world, my friends, breathing a little deeper, taking your attention to the external world around you, the sounds, the smells, the tastes that you can feel, wiggling your fingers and your toes, grounding your feet down into the earth, whether they touch it or not. Allowing yourself to view the world as your eyes open in a different light, in a more exciting, more empowered way. Feel the potential to express your divine truth around you. You are good enough to step up into being the being that you dream of being. Happy, joyful, empowered, free, confident. Awesome. Well done, my friends. Thank you so much for choosing to co-create this experience with us, whether you're on live or whether you're listening to the replay. It's our absolute joy and pleasure to facilitate for you, and thank you very much for choosing to join with us and add your energy to this experience. Awesome. There's one little question here that I have from Anna, which I would like to read because it is very relevant. Hi Matt, thank you for your beautiful spirit and gift to our world. I want to know, am I feeling the collective consciousness, or is this the lack of confidence coming from within myself? I am a light worker, Reiki, etc. Aesthetician, I'm not quite sure what it is, but don't worry about that. And I want to open my own business and just feel that the competition is very heavy and cutthroat. Okay, so the answer is both, right? You are feeling the collective consciousness and there is a lack of confidence coming from within yourself. As you start to build your own confidence, you will be less influenced by the collective consciousness. There is definitely a strong energy in the collective consciousness of competition, right, of cutthroatness. That is still very prevalent, as it's basically on the surface dying, right? Competition is dying on this planet. The vibration that supports it, right? The authoritarian male, shadow masculine energy of competitiveness is on the way out, right? And there's a new divine feminine energy of collaboration and support, community, right? Community and collaboration evolving. As things die, they tend to be very vocal. And so competition at the moment is very vocal. It's very easily perceived, right? It's no longer hidden. It's no longer hidden. It's very obvious. It's very obvious out there. And so it can feel quite intense. But choose to step past it. Choose to see it and feel it, but choose not to align with it, right? So we're not expecting it to disappear from our awareness, because as aware beings, as sensitive beings, we are always going to pick up on what is very vocal, but that we don't need to allow that to affect us. So be willing to feel it and see it and be aware of the competitive cutthroat nature that is still displaying itself very prevalently, but choose to seek or align with the newer energies of collaboration and support and community that are arising, and align yourself with it just by giving it your attention, just by holding your attention on what you're desiring to experience. Understand that that competitive feeling that you're picking up on is also an excuse that you're using to keep yourself safe, right? Because what you're intending to do, to step forward into opening your own business, is perceived by your egoic personality self as dangerous. You've got into trouble doing it before in other lifetimes, and so there is resistance to doing it in this lifetime. The energies in the planet, of course, have changed a lot from when you got into trouble doing it last time. Your energies have evolved since you got into trouble doing it last time. It's not a great excuse to stop you doing it now that it went wrong before. If we allowed those energies to prevail, we would never evolve, right? And that is not tenable. We're always going to evolve. So with courage, you're going to have to step past the resistance to opening your business, and that is going to require courage. As you keep taking those steps, small and large, your confidence in yourself will build. And as you maintain your attention on the outcome you desire, you will make progress. But understand that your focus on the cutthroat nature that you're perceiving from the collective is part of an excuse system, right, that your egoic personality is using as a reason why you can't, why you don't want to, why it's dangerous to. Oh, it's too competitive, it's cutthroat, people are going to try and chop me down if I stand up. Yeah, you've had those experiences before. If you maintain your attention on what you're desiring to happen this time, that you are supported and honored and cherished as you step up, that you are really, what's that word? That you are really, inspirational for others to step up as well, and that your courage is appreciated by others as you step up into being your light and doing what you feel to do from your heart in opening this business, then so it will be, right? So it will be. And you'll have to dance with your doubts, as we all do, right? I still have plenty of doubts around my business, don't worry about that. And part of our learning and growth, just step forward into doing what you feel to do and trust that the joy of doing the purpose work will carry you through the hard times of getting the business to work effectively. I know it can be a juggle, especially with fears around financial prosperity, abundance, support, survival. So thank you for that question, Anna, because it is very relevant, and it's something that that Mantara and I do a lot of. That's our favourite part of working with people, is working with people like yourself to step up and be the light and to step past the resistance. And I will be putting out another program soon through From Heartache to Joy around doing just that, right? Owning your gifts and ability and stepping forward with confidence into using them well in the world. That interview is happening at the end of October, so in about 4 weeks' time, or maybe 4.5 weeks' time, that will be airing. So look out for that. And there's an awesome package that I'm only just still recording some of the stuff for, so it's very, very fresh. It's going to be brand spanking new, and we're going to do a whole heap of live calls and stuff. So there you go. I'll put a little ad in for that. Well done, Matthew, in embracing his business side, even though it's not my favourite part of being a facilitator, right? Marketing. But it's necessary. And there you go. So stepping past my perceived belief around that I'm not good enough to market myself. I'm not confident to market myself, but I don't feel the joy in marketing myself to do it anyway. Trusting that I know that I need to market myself in order to do what I love, which is to help people grow. So, my friends, much love to you all. Much love to you all, and I'll speak to you all soon. If you haven't signed up to my email list, and so you're not receiving notifications of things like this, then you can go to mantara.nz, mantara.nz, and sign up on the homepage, and you will receive a free MP3 for your trouble, and you'll stay in the loop for when we're doing things like this once a month and other things. And next weekend, I'll be doing a paid call, a call that will require an investment on this same topic, but it'll be a 90-minute call with more energy and more information, and we will see where we're evolving by then, because things will change during the week. And you're very, very, very welcome and encouraged to join our monthly membership group, our subscription group, which is $33 New Zealand a month, which is 25 US, roughly, a little bit less at the moment with the exchange rate per month, and you will get all of the calls that we do every month, plus an awesome Facebook group, plus ongoing daily remote support, plus discounts from everything else that we do, all of the packages that we offer and by, working with me in whatever we call those things, personal sessions, all gets discounted by 33% when you join that group. So if that's something you feel to do, then you can check that out on our website under Training with Mantara, one of the tabs along the top. You can click on that. It's the first option, the Mantara Empowerment and Transformation and Empowerment Support Group. I always get the name wrong, is there. And if you want to come on retreat, while I'm going on my plugs, we're going to Mexico in March and we're going to Bali in September, and they are there under retreats. And we still have places for both. So if you're interested, you can read the information on that and send me an email. And if you need to get on the call and talk to me, I'm very happy to talk to anyone about that or any other opportunity. If you want to mentor with us, if you want some ongoing support in a much bigger way to step forward into your gifts, then that is available as well. I'm reasonably negotiable in how I structure mentoring, whether it's, as it's listed on the website under Training with Mantara, the bottom option. It's a 12-monthly deal, but we can do 6 months as well if you prefer. Whatever feels in alignment with you, we're very welcome, very happy to discuss. I'm very not into rules, very fluid with how I operate my business. So there's opportunities there if you feel in alignment with us and want to know how we can support you more in stepping forward into really being good enough to shine your light out on this planet. Okay, my friends, I will get off this now. Much, much love to you all. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon, sometime, some way, somehow. Much love. Bye for now, my friends. Bye-bye.